there's actually a really specific example where like Alice was just absolutely phenomenal, and I can talk about this now without wanting to have like a panic attack.
Okay.
But we won our first listing with Waitrose. It was our first national retailer.
And that was your first listing completely?
No, that was our first national.
What a start.
Oh yeah. Run before we can walk.
Yeah.
This was, I think it was a year and a half into Pimentae, which is, we were so happy with that. And our manufacturer at the time had made a colossal blending issue, which had meant that one of the SKUs that were going live in Waitrose, one of our cans, had it pretty much just tasted like absolute rocket fuel. They had not mixed it properly, and it tasted terrible.
So was it too much alcohol, or was it just like rough?
A bit of both. They hadn't blended it properly, so the alcohol hadn't dispersed equally within the tank. And when they gave us a sample to taste, because they took it from the top, it tasted fine. But because they hadn't blended it properly, the liquid at the bottom tasted completely different. So we didn't realize.
So you had actually tasted that batch?
Yeah, we had tasted it. We had approved it. It was all fine. We were the only reason that we knew that something was wrong, and kind of similar to the story you just told me. I was about to get on a flight to South Africa. First 2 weeks I was going to have off, was feeling just like, okay, cool, everything's in a good place before Waitrose.
Yeah.
Alice had got some stock sent to her house just from the batch, which was kind of typical for the...
Which was going to go to Waitrose.
Exactly.
Right, got it.
That's what the manufacturer does. They'll send us a case just so we've got it. All of the stock had been packed and sent to Waitrose already. So
How much stock was it?
It was 25 grand worth of stock. It was just for the first order.
Oh my God.
And Alice tried it, and it tasted, when I say it tasted terrible, it was like pure tequila, but worse. It was just awful. It tasted terrible. And we've got a 15% delicious, smooth cocktail. And Alice was like, I didn't know whether to call you or not, Wynter. But obviously all of that stock has gone to Waitrose. It's now on shelf. And
they'd already put it on the shelves?
They'd already put it on the shelves.
Do they not try it before they, like, is with what you guys did, or are they just, there's a whole process of like, we're getting the delivery, it's going on?
Yeah, so where we got our product manufactured, we had to do an emergency batch just because we lost our production slot with our normal manufacturer. So it was just like a one-off time with these guys, and I'm not gonna name. But as you can tell, I'm so over it. But anyway, no, Waitrose don't have to sample that. Like, our manufacturers should have that all covered with
so they're the ones that have done the quality control.
Exactly.
Right.
At the start, at the end of the batch. And what happened next was a very defining moment for me and Alice, when this was our largest national grocer listing. Like, our reputations were on the line. It was rolling out 250 Waitrose stores. And we had to call every single Waitrose stores and visit the ones that we could to get the product off of shelf, because Waitrose HQ could not send out a mass recall email without us getting charged like 40 grand.
You would get charged for that?
Yeah, because it was a recall, a product recall.
Which obviously cost them money.
Exactly.
So did you have to call Waitrose and say, we've got a problem? They said, well, if you've got this problem, you've got two options. You get it off the shelf, or we do.
Yep. Pretty much.
Hell, that's stressful.
And I'm such a freak with all things liquid quality. Even if I was to put one of our margaritas in front of you and you said it tasted delicious and I knew it was slightly off, I'd be like, no, it's not blended correctly, like not proving it, not. So this for me is like the worst thing that could ever happen. Alice, so calm, so amazing. She's just like, okay, Wynter, this is what the plan is. We've got all of the stores here. These are the ones. We're going to separate them between all of the team members. We're going to call these ones. This is what we're going to say. This is the script. Because my brain was just like fireworks.
You're the airport?
Yeah. And I was like, who can I scream at? Obviously.
Check out the Waitrose in the airport first. Probably.
Exactly. Thankfully, no. So yeah, she just comes with so much calm, and she's always like, Wynter, we can manage the relationships, we can get the stock off of the shelf, and she is always just such a fantastic voice of reason. And whenever we've had any other issues moving forward, I'm like, if we can deal with that and get all of that product off of shelf and it's fine, and we've maintained relationships and all of these things, there is honestly nothing that we can't do.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just phenomenal in the face of really, really adverse situations.
Did you still go on the plane?
Yes.
Did it all work itself out for the best at the end of it?
It all worked itself out. We were able to sort everything out. But yeah, for me, I was just like, this is the worst possible thing that could happen. It's the first pallets that are arriving in Waitrose. So what I thought would happen was Waitrose would lose kind of all trust in us, and then that would tarnish our relationship in terms of growing distribution, like launching new products with them. But most importantly, I think it was the consumer perception. This was the first time that customers could get us nationally. Like Waitrose have stores across the whole country. And if their first experience with Pimentae is a product that tastes like rocket fuel, they're not going to come back. Like all it takes is a little bit of word of mouth for, you know, rate of sale to nosedive. And that's the thing that keeps you on shelf, rate of sale. And if it's not there, that's that.
It can be game over.
Yeah.
Do you know what? On this show, we've had 3 stories that are very similar to that.